Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Monday night edition of DHG Sports. Still trying to figure out a name for right now, but welcome to our not Tuesday, not Thursday shows where we're going to talk about some of the stuff that usually gets left off. So that I'm going to involve a lot of soccer talk, a lot of FCS talk. There was a lot of interesting FCS games to get to, including one that I think is probably one of the most insane endings I've seen in a long time, just in football. So right now it's just the three of us. Ed will be joining eventually, so I'm not sure when. So I've got Patrick and Donnie with us tonight. So how are you guys doing on this Monday?
Doing well. How are you doing, Mr. Producer?
I am doing really good, really good. Had some work issues that I kind of had to stress about before getting here, but you know, that's what happens. This life as an accountant.
Well, I mean, and you still showed up on time. Other people just decide to show up whenever they feel like it. So, I guess he'll show up whenever he darn well pleases, if he ever shows up at all. So
It's his show.
Yeah, well, you know, there's prima donnas.
At least not right now. It is.
Well, I was going to say there's prima donnas on every show, right? We've got one on this one. We've got two on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Yes, I'm talking about you, Eric Profit. So, you know, it's just nice that some people decide to show up and actually be here.
Well, we got to come up with a name, like I heard you guys talking about beforehand. So we'll throw around some things and see.
So yeah, we'll figure it out. I know it's still at a working title, so we're still kind of new to this. But like I said, we're going to talk about a lot of FCS. We're going to talk a lot about Premier League and probably some other soccer stories. But I have a feeling with what has transpired over the week and some of the other mainstream sports that some of that may leak into this. So we'll see. Because, you know, we may be talking normally and then maybe one of us will break into tears of the fact they lost to freaking Tulsa. But, you know, we don't really want to talk about that today. That's not what the show is about.
And someone can be strutting around because he picked Tulsa. So
yeah, and also strutting is short-lived because somebody may have finished last in that.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter.
No, I can say for a fact you did not finish last.
Okay.
Don't worry.
And even if I did, just the fact that I got that one right on a whim was
I guess a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Right. Donnie, don't worry. I actually had to submit my picks via text, and I reviewed my picks. I'll be shocked if I did not finish dead last because
you did not finish it. I can tell you both right now. While the winner's already set, like it's over.
Mm-hmm.
But first place is set, last place is set, but still in the middle. This last game here will dictate who finishes second and third and fourth.
Well, I bombed on my college picks. Whew.
You didn't do as bad, you think?
I thought I did.
No,
Holly, don't worry. You know, you and your other Ed loving accounts, Ed will be here. So for you and Jolly and everybody else, I assure you, you will see Ed at some point tonight.
He had to put his daughter to bed. So
yeah.
So Phil, going into Tuesday's episode, I have worked a series of questions, and one of them may involve who probably had the worst weekend between me and Donnie.
I think it's me. Just because I think there was more hope that we would spank Syracuse.
Well, if we're going to talk soccer, I can throw myself into the argument because.
Oh yeah, we need to touch on that, don't we?
Yeah, we'll circle around to the Division I football tomorrow and get into that one. So.
Polly, I promise I'm just messing around. I know Jolly always mentions Ed, so I'm just having fun. I promise.
I really think Jolly is like an Ed's like family tree. Like I think he's not. I think he's not telling us something.
Yeah, I was wondering if Jolly Gango's like in what is it? Because isn't it Eduardo is his brother? So I'm wondering if that's Eduardo's like private account or something like that. You know, keep making it family or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, since you can have that little thing for tomorrow night, that segment for tomorrow night, Virgil, but tonight you can wallow in my can I wallow in my own tears, because that was
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Just go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off.
Poor Chelsea. Poor Chelsea.
Chelsea goes into Old Trafford and loses 2-1, and it's not even one of those close 2-1s.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, Polly, we'll get into NFL and Division I college football on the Tuesday show. We may touch on a few things here and there if they pop in, but mostly tonight we stick to other items than the NFL and major college football. We'll talk some FCS, but not FBS.
By the way, Donnie, what hat are you wearing? Just curious.
This is the second of my foam trucker FIFA World Cup 2026 hats.
Oh, I like that. That's a nice one.
Yeah,
where'd you get that one?
So I found both of these actually at CVS. They have a display inside the store. There's about 6 or 7 different variations, and this has the the thing we like on the back with the tab with little 26 That's on nice. It. There's the inside.
That's nice. That might be the only thing I can afford, because I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to actually go to the 2026 World Cup with dynamic pricing and whatnot.
Yeah, I saw these. I went in CVS in Augusta last week, or I guess the week before, because I wore the first one last Monday. So it must have been the end of the previous week, and stopped at CVS. Had to pick up some bottles of rubbing alcohol for my work, because I was low on that. So anyway, they have a display. These were the 2 that I found the coolest, but they have a lot of different color schemes. I think they've got this one in maybe 2. Oh no, maybe I think this one's only in black. But the one from last week, the red, white, and blue, they also have one that's in Mexican colors. I think it's the red, green, and white. Mm-hmm. And then they have
they probably do it for the team, for the national team colors, just to promote the World Cup. So I'm sure there's a Brazilian one.
And there's there's one in your favorite color. It may be more for a woman, but it's an all pink.
Hey, if it's pink, I'll wear it. I don't care. I bought a hat.
I know you don't. It's unisex. It's unisex.
Yeah, I bought a 47 hat that said women on it, but it was a pink foam, and I'm like, I don't care.
So go check out CVS around you and see if they have it at your location. And I saw actually somewhere else too, but I can't remember.
If not, I'll call you, because as everyone in the chat knows, and as there all these people on the screen know, you know a guy.
Might have been a Circle K, actually. I might have stopped at a Circle K and saw a display of hats with some of these as well.
Oh, like official minor league sponsor, Circle K? Yeah.
Really? I would think with all the Lowe's fines he had a while back, I thought Lowe's was sponsoring them at some point.
Yeah.
I do miss that.
Yeah. And the thing is, I used to go to those Love's truck stops, and I could never find the minor league hats that all of them would find. They'd stop at like 5 of them, and then they'd come away with all these big collections. And I guess you got to know a guy or be an influencer or something.
I think I've got like 20 different minor league hats that I got at Love's. They're all in a box over there together, separate from my regular minor league ones.
Yeah, look at the Paladins. That was a close game this weekend with open date. I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but good for them for pulling it out.
Yeah, Phil went one. I guess he went 1-0-1. Or no, 0-1-1. He went 0-1-1. Because South Carolina lost and Furman was a push.
So we're going to have to talk about that rating for 24, because the poll that I'm looking at does not have them ranked at 24. And I'm wondering if it's I pulled the coaches poll, so probably need to pull the other one too.
Phil's going to pull whichever one has them ranked higher. So
yeah,
and Phil is firm.
I would do the same.
Phil is firm in his assessment.
Okay, that's a good one. I like that.
I might have to give you a little clap on that one. A double clap.
Yeah,
Phil, it was rubbing alcohol, not drinking alcohol.
But going back to somebody who was not firm, that was Chelsea.
No, they were not.
So Patrick, what happened?
It's called a red card in the 5th minute, Mr. Producer. It's called not knowing how to defend a ball, like a ball played over the top. In other words, what I'm talking, for those that don't know, what I'm talking about is like a long pass, in the air over the central defenders' heads. Chelsea has not defended that well all season long, and teams are getting smart and figuring that out. So the forward got in behind the defense and left Robert Sanchez exposed, and he made a really poor tackle. And you're down a man. And then I don't understand Maresca's substitutions after that, taking off like I'll say for the American audience, I'll say Esteval, even though it's really Stavum, but Esteval and taking off Pedro Neto and really taking away any creativity that we had. Cole Palmer coming off injured. So within 30 minutes, we lost any creative firepower that we still have. It's fit, and we couldn't. Manchester United took advantage of the extra player they had for at least about 46 minutes or so, and took a lead. And even when it went down to 10v10 after Casemiro got the red card, from United, Chelsea's never really looked threatening other than the Chalobah goal in like the 80th minute. I mean, there was nothing. It's what we do. We're not direct enough. We play the ball around the box and we make all the the tiki-taka passes and all those things, and we didn't look like scoring. So
Did you have any hope after the red card on United at the beginning of the second?
I did only because it's Manchester United and they're so bad, and they're still. This result doesn't change how poor of a side Manchester United are. They were just not as bad as we were on the day, because I didn't think they did anything that was spectacular. In fact, they started to panic after Chelsea scored that goal, and I thought that we had a really good chance there at the end to get a point, but we didn't take our chances when they came. Not that we had a lot, but the ones that we did have, we didn't take advantage of, and that's why we are where we are in the table. Because I'm not going to make excuses. I mean, there were a few fouls, of course, that I can always complain about the referees, but I think most teams can complain about VAR and the referees every week. But it's not unique to Chelsea. But yeah, I mean, and those who know me know that there is no team I hate losing to more than Manchester United. There is no team that I just can't stand more than them. So, but I have to be objective for this show because this is a first-rate professional show, and because that's I'm here with two white-collar individuals like yourselves. I've just got to call a spade, and we didn't deserve to win the game. I was just very disappointed in how the game played out. Oh, look, your admirers have been asking for you, Ed.
Fear not, everybody. Fear not.
Yeah, we said that you'd be here.
I am hither.
Yeah,
they said here, boys.
They said the first thing they said wasn't, "Hey," it's like, "There's no Ed."
Don't you worry, baby. I'm here, baby.
I'm
here.
Well, so Donnie, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Virgil. I'm going to get us off topic, so you better cut me off before I do that.
So, Donnie, before we get into Crystal Palace's performance against West Ham, I want to talk about this comment and how I'm going to move on to our next subject involving Chelsea. Mbappe broke my heart in Champions League. I thought Marseille had it, at least get a point out of that. Timothy Weah getting the goal. Yeah, Tim Weah getting the goal. I was so excited for that. I thought that was going to be it. And just
I'm a Marseille supporter as well, so it definitely broke my heart as well.
Yeah, I forgot you were Marseille. I don't remember you saying you were a Marseille supporter.
In French football, I am.
In French football, but I do want to talk about. I want to get your thoughts on Chelsea's Champions League performance against Bayern, which I know Bayern at Bayern is damn near impossible. But
I will also qualify that by saying I don't think Bayern was really that great on the day. This is not a really great Bayern team. It's a good team, and anytime you have Harry Kane up front, you're going to be okay. But I didn't think they did anything to make me think, oh, this is a team that could win the Champions League. I didn't think they looked spectacular. It's just that Chelsea had 3 individual mistakes, and that's not something Maresca can coach out of you. I mean, it was just a naive performance. I think we can learn from it, but it was a naive performance, and I think that Bayern deserved to win. I didn't think they played Chelsea off the park.
What is deserving?
You what?
What is deserving? Just because they deserve it, I mean that they get to win it.
Well, I think that if you were to say who played better, I think that you would give the edge to Bayern Munich on that. They were clinical with their chances. Michael Olise was probably the best player on the pitch because he's just that good. Former Crystal Palace player Michael Olise, by the way, and a former Chelsea Academy member, but we won't mention that. I don't think Bayern doesn't do anything to wow me, but I think they were better than Chelsea on the day. They just they did what good teams in the Champions League do. When you commit individual mistakes, they punish you for it.
They make you pay.
Yeah, and Olise did it, and he almost did it about 2 more times, and Harry Kane did it. I mean, it's former Tottenham Hotspur forward Harry Kane, and I remember who scored. I'm trying to remember who scored the 3rd goal. I don't remember. Mr. Producer, do you remember who scored the 3rd?
Kane got 2.
King got 2. Okay,
So it was Olise. Good for him.
It wasn't it Olise? Was it Olise and Kane got 2?
No, it was Chalobah.
Oh, own goal. That's right. It was an Olise shot off of the off of Trevor Chalobah.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Well, we've actually won the Champions League. I mean,
Alrighty, here we go. Here we
champions of the
go.
world, regardless. So
Here we go.
it doesn't matter how
just
much
because
we
we
lose
got
this
an
season,
own
and we will
goal.
lose.
We have
we
to
are the
throw
champions
out that
of
we
the world.
won the Champions League. We
Yeah.
won. We got an own goal.
Meanwhile, when you guys are parading around that you won Europa League, we've won the lot. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Here we go. Just because you got lost, we were supposed to be the better team.
Well, it's one of those things. We've got a young team that's still naive, and I question some of the coaching decisions from this weekend, but it's one of those things. I'm not going to make excuses for why we lost. We didn't deserve.
I don't know. You kind of are making a lot of excuses right now.
No, I'm just saying we're champions of the world, regardless. I mean, it doesn't matter how poorly we're playing.
This happened and that happened and all of this.
It did. Well, those things did happen. I said there were individual mistakes, and that's not a lot that you can do for that. And damn it, I can't say anything about the Browns because they won this weekend. So
you can't say shit. Yeah, I can't. But this is not the show for that. This is not the show for that.
Tottenham even spared
their own.
Did they get a draw or did they win?
No, they got a very undeserved draw.
That was definitely undeserved. And then
what is deserved and undeserved? I mean,
well, see,
it's called luck, son.
Maybe I can't say it was undeserved because
I would.
Well, you had the Van Hecke own goal, which I think was kind of such a brutal mistake by him. So I think that's what the undeserved part. You didn't really earn that goal.
No,
it was what.
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is that if I'm Tottenham, yeah, sure, they got an away point from that, but I would consider myself. I'm just messing with you guys. Like I would consider that lucky. I was like, listen, just you escape with a draw when you should have won. Absolutely.
Yeah. And those things even themselves out over the season, if we're being completely honest. Sometimes you get like Chelsea didn't really deserve to beat Fulham, but they did. and they didn't deserve to lose against Brentford. Or they didn't deserve to not get all 3 points against Brentford.
Listen, I know it's early in the season, and I know it's super early, right? But like the fact that Tottenham is in 3rd place right now and on the in the table, I'm cool with this.
Well, you're not used to being in a place that's not double digits.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Technically, you're tied for 2nd.
Well, the goal differential.
I know the goal differential's 1, but I mean,
Yeah.
still, you're points wise, you're still tied. So that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, Liverpool is just a strong. That's a strong club right now, right? Hey, listen,
we'll see what happens Saturday.
They're 5-0.
They are, but they've been lucky. They've been lucky in 5 games.
Again, we're bringing out this lucky and deserving and undeserved and all that. At the end of the day,
but I'll qualify that with saying there is sometimes you make your own luck as well. So
true, but the secret to success is how much luck you have.
Well, you need luck. Yeah, you need luck to win, but it's just happened in virtually every game for Liverpool this season. They've not looked like the best team in the league. But what I will say is that they have players showing up in big moments. So
also, does it count that like the fact that they take full advantage of the mistakes that the other club makes?
Yeah. I mean,
is that luck, or that's just good play?
It's efficient. I will say it's efficient. It's not because I'm looking at their record against the teams. They've only won 1 game by more than 2 goals, and that was against Bournemouth. Every other game's been by 1 goal, and usually for Liverpool teams that in the past, it's not been like that. Usually it's like, 3-0 win, 3-1 wins, all that. A lot of these have been by 1. And
they beat Arsenal. I'll give them that. They beat Arsenal. Fair play to them.
But like the Burnley one's a perfect example. They had to win that one in stoppage time off of a penalty.
Yep.
And so, I mean, like go ahead.
Go ahead, Virgil. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this Liverpool team, yes, they are first right now. They're undefeated, of course, 15 points right there. But I'm not seeing the dominance that usually that team has. Yeah. Do I think they're probably going to win the league? I mean, they're definitely a favorite.
Well, I mean, it's still early. This is why I always say, like, listen, there's only 5 matches in, right? Like, let's not crown them, champions just yet, right? We still got a lot of a lot of matches to be played.
Right.
Are you saying it's not squeaky bum time? Is that what you're?
It is not squeaky bum time.
I'm not saying anything.
Hey, that's a real thing.
I'm surprised you don't know that term.
Listen, I don't.
Don't make me give you the hair dryer treatment, Ed.
Oh, that's fucked up. I got no hair.
I wasn't going to say it, but you did.
Hey, my daughter says it all the time. Are you kidding me?
Listen, if I do that to you, you're going to bring a whole new meaning to the term redhead.
But I'm not a redhead.
Well, that cue ball will be red if I put the hair dryer treatment to it.
For real, though. I've been there. So, okay. I'm sorry I'm late, by the way. I apologize. We had some,
No, just show up when you want to. That's okay. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it does say DHC, so I mean, I can do whatever the hell I want.
I said we deal with 1 prima donna on this show, and then we deal with 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I am the top prima donna. Okay, I will take that.
Don't worry, Prophet is one too. I'm not gonna come in and talk about only what I want to because it's terrible.
I don't want to talk about no FCS and no Division 2 or 3 football. What is that? That's terrible. Not football.
Terrible.
That's just terrible. I hope he's watching.
He's probably. I hope he knows. Yeah, I hope he watches this and knows I'm talking trash about.
But he's not.
He's not watching this.
I know he's not.
So, we talked about Chelsea. We talked about Tottenham's game. Well, let's talk about the other game that I'm kind of surprised didn't end in a draw with the way it was going. And that is West Ham, Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I wish I had time to watch that game. I've got to find some time to start watching some of this on Saturdays.
That was the USA game, so I did not get the I usually do the Premier League multi-view. Mm-hmm. And for the USA game, they didn't have that one, so I was not able to watch it as close as I wanted to. I did go back and look at some of the highlights with that, and It was pretty back. It was pretty even going back and forth. I know West Ham had more control possession wise, but Crystal Palace still got what they needed out of there.
I'm surprised because West Ham is right there, right at the bottom.
Yeah. But
Donnie, really nice of your boys to allow Graham Potter to have another week of employment.
Well,
that was really nice.
Is he though?
Well,
I'm just glad we didn't get a draw. I'm tired of draws, so I'm glad we got a win. But we are one of only 2 undefeated teams, and we both play each other this week. So either
Graham
we'll
Potter
both be undefeated with a draw, or one of us will take their first loss.
Well, Graham Potter kept his job through today, and usually when you're getting sacked in the middle of the season, I don't think he'll make it past the next international break. But
if they don't get it together, you mean?
If they don't get it together, but I don't see with the fixtures they have coming up, I don't see it getting better.
I got you.
Give me 1 minute, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I was going to say, you can put down pretty much anybody in the league, and I don't think it's going to be promising for West Ham.
Okay, here's their next 5 games.
Yep.
Away to Everton.
Yeah.
Especially the way Grealish is playing. I don't know how that's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Away to Arsenal.
That's a loss.
Brentford at home.
That's
even.
That's winnable, but I think it's going to be
winnable but tough.
I was just going to say that's
it's going to be
50.
Leeds away. That's going to be the make or break to me.
If it was Leeds home, I would say they could win. I don't think they win at Leeds away.
I don't even think win. I think for that, if they don't even get a point from that, I can see that being a draw, maybe a 1-1.
So he needs to at least get a draw out of this in order to keep.
I would think if you get any points, any away points you get, I think that would benefit him, whether it be a draw. I mean, let's be honest, they're not going to win at Arsenal. Everton, maybe. I don't know. That's probably going to be a draw. But you got to get points.
Everton at home is most years, most seasons, Everton at home is tough. Sorry, like playing at Everton and Liverpool is tough.
Right.
Last year was a notable exception to that, but I think new stadium, new excitement. At least at the new stadium, not necessarily by the exciting football that David Moyes plays, but I think that that's going to be a really tough assignment for West Ham to go and win.
Yeah, and then after away at Leeds, they're home for 2 games. Home against Newcastle, home against Burnley.
That's a tough road.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but every game in the Premier League is tough. There's no.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
There's no walks in the park. I mean, every once in a while, there's a few games where you can say that, but I mean, shoot, Chelsea didn't beat Ipswich last year, and Ipswich ended up with 18 points or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to them once, and then they only got a draw against them in the other games. So, there's no game is just, you can't. It's like anything. You can't just go in and assume to win. Assume you're going to win. You got to earn it, and that's like that. We can pass that along to any sport that we're talking about.
So I would usually agree with you until I saw the Leeds at Wolves game.
Wolves might be the one exception this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, just because I know you're going to ask, no, Morgan Strand Larson is not my cousin.
See, how'd you know I was going to ask that?
Well, I could feel it come. I could feel the question coming along. So I just figured I would nip that in the bud right now. Morgan Strand Larson is not indeed my cousin.
Hey, can we talk about the EFL for 1 second?
Sure.
Wrexham is not at the bottom, boys. They're up to 16th.
Yeah, did they win this weekend? I didn't even look.
Wrexham
won.
Yeah, 3. Oh, they beat they won at Norwich.
That's a big win.
That's a big win for them. Norwich is.
They got so many new.
Can we adopt that as our official like EFL show club?
Well, Wrexham got so many new players that I think it's taken Phil
That's
Parkinson.
been taking them to just be
Well,
cohesive.
yeah, I think Phil Parkinson's trying to put together a new team because the spine of the team that he had in the first, in the National League and in League Two and League One, some of that spine is gone.
Yeah.
So your Paul Mullins,
I'm still sad that I still hear that name and not, seeing him on a Wrexham kit. It just makes me sad. I'm sorry.
Didn't Ollie Palmer leave as well?
Yep.
I was going to say, so some of the players that came up, I think Elliot Lee is still there, but adding in like your Ryan Hardys and some of these other players, very good players, but it takes some time to bed in a new team. So they had to learn on the fly because in the championship is unforgiving, and you can get caught up in a section of the table very quickly, and it's very hard to get out of that unless you go on like a 16 game unbeaten run or something like that. It can be done. Coventry did it last year, but I think give Phil Parkinson a little bit of time. Wrexham supporters, I think certain Wrexham supporters have gotten like a lot of online fans now, at least the online versions of them have gotten, greedy with the success that they've had.
I mean, because it's meteoric.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like if there's talk of like Phil Parkinson being sacked or some of these other things, I'm like, don't forget what the man did to get you where you are.
Yeah, look at the last 3 or 4 years where you went from, where you came from, and where you've come.
So check this out. I'm going to read out the names of the players that have been loaned out. You got Paul Mullen, Seb Revan, Tom O'Connor, Mo Fa'al, Jacob Mendy, Jake Bickerstaff, Colin Edwards. I mean, you got a lot of players that have been loaned out already. You know what I mean? So it's like,
man. And
man.
then I think Arthur Okonkwo isn't even first choice keeper anymore. So it's a lot of change, and Chelsea is that way. In that when they got a bunch of new players, it takes
a minute.
It takes time to build a team, and you're either on board with that or you're not. Some people ask for it, but then they don't want to exhibit the patience that's required when it happens.
Well, this is a generation in which we want everything to be right now.
Yep.
And you can't play like that.
Well, and they think because one team does it well, that one team like gels together really quickly, that's going to be the case for everybody. That's not how it works. I mean, if it does work for your team, great, and good for the teams that are able to do it. But it's, the circumstances of each club are not an apples to apples comparison.
No, never will.
Honestly, they probably need to look at another Welsh team, how they did from League Two to Premier League in Swansea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Swansea kind of had that. Theirs was not as fast. I mean, they spent a few years at League Two, made it to League One, made it to made it to Championship in 3 years, and then Premier League. So you rarely see a team. And I need the research to see if this has actually happened, because I'm sure there's probably some historical access to that. If not, I don't know. You never see teams usually promote to the Championship, go to Premier League the next year.
I'm glad that they're not really going up to the Premier League right away.
Luton's the only one I think that has done that, but I need to double check because I thought Luton was in Championship for 2 years.
They might have been. I just know that like they got up there, and you weren't expecting Luton to make it to the Premier League, and then Rob Edwards when he was still there just did an unbelievable job, and they didn't come from but they were in the National League at one point. But again, it wasn't a 5-year ascendancy. They had a couple of years in there that it took.
So Luton was in the Championship for 4 years.
Were they in there for 4?
They did go from League Two to League One. They did stay League One for 1 year before going to the Championship.
Okay.
But no, they were Championship for 4 years before getting into the Premier League.
Okay, so I mean, they're what? This is year 2 for them.
For Wrexham, this is year 1. for championship.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. They,
Yeah.
You got to think about that. These are clubs that are like on the cusp of going to the Premier League. So I mean, the competition is going to be stupid, ridiculous.
Yeah, they've had 3 consecutive promotions.
Yeah, let's
Here's
take it easy on that.
And this is what Phil Parkinson said yesterday. First of all, I don't listen to outside talk. I don't know where that speculation came from, but I've had nothing but unbelievable support from everybody. It's not just about me. We've had periods in all my time at Wrexham where people have doubted us, and we've gotten stronger as a group. Not just the players, the staff, and the owners come through it on the other side of it. So he's not worried about it. The team actually called it. What did they say? The words that they used here labeled it an absolute disgrace to talk about getting rid of him.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, no,
I mean,
they should not.
Yeah.
Well, he had a pretty poor losing run when he first took over. Well, like not immediately, like they had immediate success when he started at Wrexham in the National League, but then he went on a winless run where people were calling for his job that first
They had
year.
a bad streak last year, and then the last 7, 8, 10 matches, they turned it on to get to the point to get promoted. So,
but even in the National League, they were before they made their big rise, they were like 6th or 7th in the National League table at that point, and people were calling for his job at that point because they said he's just not working with what he's got. And then when he had time to put it together, like the tactics that he wanted, then it came together, and obviously they went on to have a heartbreak in the playoffs one year, and then they came back the next year and just absolutely dominated.
Tore it up, yeah.
I think this is where the TV show hurts.
Ooh.
Because
okay, talk to me.
If you think about it, if you've been following Wrexham since they've been in the National League, you kind of have an idea how the soccer tree works, how the hierarchy works in soccer.
Mm-hmm.
You understand that you're not going to get the championship. If you get in the championship, you have a shot to be in the Premier League, but you know it's going to be a hard work to get there. Like there's always one of the beliefs I've always felt was that the championship is harder than the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%. I agree. I can agree with that.
But when you have people who watch the TV show following
that think it's easy,
they're not going. Yeah, they see them go from League 2 to League 1. They see them go to League 1 to Championship. This is really kind of the reality check.
Well, they say what from National League. I mean, you were almost at the very bottom.
Yeah.
If not the bottom.
Well, and the big difference between all the different levels is finances. Like at the National League level, like those are part-time players in a lot of cases, and those
have
owners
full-time jobs.
Yeah, those owners don't have a lot of money. I mean, they're local like community people that step up and run the club. When you get to League 2, you get a little bit more money, but still, there's big differences in the haves and have-nots. In League 1, you get even more money, but it's still possible to bankroll your way to promotion. But now when you get to the championship, you're starting to talk about, multimillionaires and now even some billionaires that are taking over championship clubs.
And you're talking about some billionaires that more likely will never see their ball club make it to the Premier League.
Right. Well, relative to Ryan Reynolds and, Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's worth, like their net worth, they were in the upper echelon in National League, League 2, and League 1. But when you get to the championship,
true, Ryan Reynolds was, yeah.
The ownership, right?
I know.
But in the championship, they're mid-table in terms of maybe wealth, probably. Like in terms of like overall wealth. In the Premier League, they're near the bottom. I mean, because you've got multi-billionaires that own teams, and
then you start looking at what you're spending on players in those other leagues. What they're spending on one or two players now, they spent less than that on the whole team for a couple of those levels.
Oh yeah.
So you're having to, and that's what they're doing. I mean, you see all these guys on loan because they're bringing in a couple of high dollar guys, so they're having to loan out a lot of these other people to kind of shuffle things around to make it work with the higher paying premium guys you need to be competitive at this level.
Okay.
I mean, what you're seeing there, in with what Wrexham's doing, is exactly what Kaiserslautern does in Germany. I mean, they just buy all these players and then loan them out, and it's. I mean, but
Yeah.
Virgil can probably speak more to that.
That is number 4 in the Bundesliga 2, Kaiserslautern to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I thought this was going to take a little bit longer to do, but thanks to somebody at Wikipedia must have had the same idea I did. I pulled up the owners for the Championship League, for EFL Championship, to see what kind of everybody ranks in net worth. Now, of course, some of these numbers are kind of ballparkish and not necessarily accurate. Where do you think, and also I'll go ahead and say some of these teams do not have net worths listed.
Okay.
Where do you think Wrexham ranks in this?
Near the bottom.
This is out of 24 teams, right?
Yeah, out of 24.
19, 20.
I'll tell you what.
I was gonna say 21 or 22 myself, but
We will cut 8 of those teams because I do not have net worth information for them.
So that leaves us with what?
16.
16? Yeah, because I was going to say there's 24 teams in the league.
Yes.
So
I'm not looking. I want to look, but I'm not going to look.
I'm going to go 8.
of the 16 teams you see, they're probably 14.
Yeah, I'm going to still stick with my what I said. Like I think they're still near the bottom.
12th.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones that they are higher in net worth are Derby County, Millwall, and Watford. Now, some of these are multiple groups because Swansea City is owned by Stephen Kaplan and James Levin, who is a part of the Memphis Grizzlies and DC United. And also 21% of that is owned by the supporters, which is something you don't really see in that
Interesting.
level. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But
we're talking soccer right now, baby.
But who do you think? Okay. I'm going to give you one team.
Well, that's interesting because Millwall is 10th right now, so they're near the bottom in those 16 at least, but they're doing pretty well with what they're doing.
People are scared to buy Millwall.
Millwall. I mean, Millwall has a reputation.
Yes, they do.
Millwall's been a team where I do not know if we will ever see them promoted in our lifetime.
Take it from someone who had a personal encounter with a group of Millwall supporters. It's not fun.
And live to tell about it.
Yeah, it was not a fun time.
Why do you say that we are never gonna? We're probably never gonna see them get promoted.
Millwall to me is a team that gets in its own way too often.
I got you. Okay.
I don't think it's kind of just a different. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this.
Well, unless they get Neil Harris back for a 5th time, they're not going to get promoted.
Yeah, I look at some other teams about possibly who could be better or who has a better situation than Millwall. Like Birmingham City is someone I think we can see back in the league.
I like this comment. I like this comment a lot.
Anything can happen. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have called Luton to get promoted either.
Well, I think about Luton's a good example. The year Blackpool did with Ian Holloway, no one saw that coming.
Nope.
So I always like to see Ipswich last.
Could it happen? Yes.
Ipswich after Marcus Evans' ownership, I did not see that happening for Ipswich either, for the Tractor Boys again. Even though they were a Premier League team, like in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
But like when Marcus Evans owned them, they were the epitome of mediocrity. So, but now they've got a good manager. But it's a good point.
And right now, at the top of the information I do have, Queens Park's Rangers at 15 billion. The combined the net worth of the owner,
which is a good example of how net worth of an owner doesn't necessarily equate success.
No,
because just talk about QPR. I mean, because they're still owned by the racing guys, right?
It was just one person listed.
Well, QPR is right now is 9th in the table right now. So I mean,
I couldn't remember who they sold them to, but it used to be owned by the racing guy.
It's it's owned by Indian Steel executive.
So they bought it from the guy that I was used to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the one that you said at the time that was the most?
QPR.
Yeah. West London's own Queen's Park Rangers.
And again, they just went up to 9th. All right, so they just went up. So I mean, it's some there. There's some.
Is that because
names.
Adel played for them, Virgil?
Yes.
That's
But no, like that's the thing.
Former Tottenham Hotspur player Adel Taarabt. By the way.
But see, that's what I like about Championship mostly, is to see teams that you would never think about being promoted finally making it.
Yeah.
And and sometimes if they don't even last for a year, I mean, just to see the celebrations of them running on the field at Wembley when they make it in the championship, in the promotion playoff game, love it. It's best TV to watch.
It's so
I
good.
feel bad for Sheffield United.
Promoted. I was so excited.
Mm-hmm.
Sheffield United still has not won a match.
Sheffield.
How do you go from Premier League to bottom of?
Ask Sunderland.
Yeah.
Ask Portsmouth. Like there's been many cases. Like Sunderland, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when Sunderland left the Premier League the first time, they fell all the way.
They fell twice. They got relegated twice.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, gosh, y'all, I'm just saying, right? Like teams come and go. Like Sheffield was in the Premier a year ago, I think, and now they're at last in the Championship. I think we can see Swansea in the next 2 years in the Premier Leagues.
I don't know if I'll see that. I'll believe it when I see it, but I'd love to see Swansea back in the Premier League. I remember the days of Michu and Bafatembi Gomis and some Neil Taylor and some of those guys that were in the Premier League with Swansea. They were, and of course, as Virgil can appreciate, the one and only Bob Bradley managing Swansea. Now that did not go so well.
I forgot about that.
Now that did not go so well, but he did in fact manage Swansea City.
This is why I love
memory. I mean, I forgot about him.
This is why I love football in England. Just for the simple fact that they have relegation.
It makes it exciting.
Yeah, you got to win. You have to win.
Right. You actually have to spend the money. You got to invest into your ball club. Right? Yeah. Imagine, and again, we will talk about this tomorrow because I really would like to bring this up tomorrow in our conversation on the DHC Sports Show. But imagine having a relegation type thing in, like, let's say the NBA or Major League Baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
This will force a team such as the Colorado Rockies and the Pittsburgh Pirates to actually spend money on their ball club.
Yeah, if your AAA level was not owned by the teams at the major league level and they were all independent AAA teams, independent of the major league, that would be the thing. It's like, okay, your top AAA teams could come up and your worst MLB teams could come down. Unfortunately, they're all tied together.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that would be.
But in a world like you're talking about, that would be very cool to have a level of baseball where you could have a new team pop in when you have an owner that doesn't want to spend money and be competitive.
Hell, let's even MLS, USL.
Yeah. Okay, so let's say in your scenario, it'd be the White Sox and the Rockies. That would be relegated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the AAA championships are taking place tomorrow in their leagues, I think. Yeah, in the between
because the game is Saturday. The AAA championship.
PCL and International League are playing their championship games. So that means either Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, or Jacksonville.
Ooh, the jumbo
Jacksonville, with Jacksonville Stadium wouldn't be ready for that. It's still a AA stadium. Yeah, and then
so is Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, yeah,
and then Tacoma and Las Vegas in the other one.
Las Vegas, I can see. Yeah. So I could see it.
Sorry.
Will it happen? No. Prem right now needs some prime Barclay teams like Stoke, Swansea, Blackburn Rovers, West Brom, etc. It will give the league the retro identity we all missed from years ago.
Listen,
you just scratch your head. So what is it, producer?
Because he misses the rainy days at Stoke. That's what it is. He wants to go on a Tuesday on a rainy day to go to Stoke City and get a result.
First off, yes, I do. Stoke City, I feel like I'm surprised they haven't made it back yet.
Well,
There's one team missing.
and then Roy DeLapp can come back and do his famous throw-ins.
Hey, those work. There's one team missing from that list. Which team do you think I'm going to say, Patrick? I want to see if we're really.
Ooh, are we talking about a current championship team?
I do not know if they're currently championship. Let me check.
Because one name coming to mind is Sheffield Wednesday.
It is not Sheffield Wednesday. They are currently not in the championship.
Oh man, you're making me go to League One.
I don't even think they're in League One. I think they are in League One. Let me double check.
Huh?
They are in League One. I can verify that.
Portsmouth?
Not Portsmouth. Portsmouth's in the championship, by the way. No, it's a team that I actually enjoyed watching, and they somehow always kind of avoided relegation until it finally got them.
I'm going to kick myself when you tell me.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. They always narrowly avoided it. Did they get it?
Yes. It's
Bolton?
one of these. Nope, Wigan.
Was it Wigan?
Wigan. Wigan to me was one of those things. I always liked watching them, even though most of the times they were kind of terrible.
Was it? Well, I mean, we need Dave Whelan to come back and do interviews when he was the owner.
Right.
I love Dave Whelan as an owner.
Bolton's a good shout too. I liked watching Bolton, and
Yeah.
they've kind of. I don't think they're League One. I don't know where Bolton is.
Bolton is League One.
Okay.
Yeah, and by the way, formerly managed by Phil Parkinson.
Yes.
But Bolton's claim to fame in the Premier League was when Big Sam Allardyce was their manager. The football was not attractive at all, but it was effective.
Listen, if you wanted a team to try to get out of relegation after you fire your coach, you bring in Big Sam.
That's right. Crystal Palace was one of those beneficiaries.
Yep.
Yeah. Wasn't that the year? Didn't he save them from relegation? Was that the team, or did they get relegated under Sam? I couldn't remember.
I thought. See, I was about to say Sunderland. He saved, but I'm
He
thinking
saved a few teams. He saved Everton. He saved
West Brom.
West Brom.
I don't remember all he saved.
Probably.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, nice.
Yep, got mine today too.
Hey.
Or this weekend.
Hey, yes, sir. No, good call on the Bolton and Wigan.
He did lead Sunderland to safety.
Okay, but did Crystal Palace get relegated under his watch?
I'm checking.
Well, I was going to ask that question to these guys because I just saw that came through.
Dembele. Oh, that's a tough one. So
He left before that.
he left before that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I don't know. Like, I guess I would overall, based on what he won, I would say yes. But Lamine Yamal deserved a big shout. I don't care if he is 17 or was 16 and 17 through that run. If you're the best player in the world at that moment, you deserve it. I don't think age should come into it. But I didn't think he had a great Club World Cup, but I thought with what he did in the Champions League.
So you say that politics may have gotten in the way?
Well, there's politics always involved when it involves FIFA and Barcelona and Real Madrid players. If you look at the FIFA Pro World 11, about 90% of the players come from Spain. And that's whether it's deserved or not. But like, if you're not sure who's going to get it, you can be sure it's going to be a Barcelona defender or a Real Madrid defender. Virgil, am I completely off base by saying that?
No, that tends to skew that way. So I'm surprised that PSG got it.
Yeah.
But
he's been the front runner for weeks.
He has.
And now that you've got Messi in MLS and you've got Ronaldo in the Saudi Pro League.
Well, Messi was about to sign another contract in MLS.
Well, I mean, shoot. Listen, I couldn't have been more wrong about what Messi was going to do in the league. I thought he'd be fine. I didn't think he would be as dominant as he is. just because, and it wasn't because he wouldn't have been the best player in the league. It's just, I think Yamal was maybe only 5th in the rankings. Rafinha, yeah, that's a good point. Rafinha, by the way, for those that don't know, came from Leeds to go to Barcelona, but Rafinha had a great year. There's no doubt about that, and he has been much more of a success than I ever thought he'd be at Barcelona. Chelsea went after him, and we almost signed him, but then Barcelona came in at the very last minute, and boy, what I wouldn't give to have Rafinha right now. But good for him. I'm happy for him. His dream club was, so in case I haven't made it abundantly clear, I'm a Chelsea supporter. I'll let you guys talk about your teams. I mean, Don.
I'm lucky I don't have my hat here right now.
I'm just getting into soccer, so I'm learning from these guys. That's why I'm not saying a whole lot, because I don't know the depth that they do. But I randomly chose Crystal Palace, kind of as a jab at these two guys on the top row to start with. But I've grown.
No, don't let them.
Wait, time out. What was the jab to that? I don't remember that story.
Yeah.
It was just like they won the FA Cup, and I just randomly picked them, not knowing anything about them except that they won.
And then you guys just ran with the
Y'all just
with all like, he's been a fan for 1,000 years.
Yeah, la la la. So
yeah, but look at the benefit. Like, this show was created based off that running gag. Really,
that's true.
True story. That is true.
Story.
Well, it
was so you guys could talk soccer. Ed could talk soccer because Ed's probably he's way ahead of me. But I don't know if he's as far into
not even close to these
not
two.
even close to you guys.
100%.
I am just like I told you guys. I watched the Wrexham documentary just to understand how soccer works and kind of get into that. And I like Wrexham, and I kind of followed them. And then y'all were like, "Well, you got to pick a team," and so I picked Crystal Palace. And I'm enjoying following Crystal Palace and having my own team. And I know nothing about them other than what I'm learning right now. And then I also, of course, follow Wrexham because, like a lot of people, because of the documentary, I enjoy it. I'm a big fan of Ryan Reynolds anyway, so that's kind of a plus as well. But I'm learning soccer because I've never really understood how they can play in like 14,000 leagues at one time and all running concurrently and all that kind of mess. So.
Yeah, Calcio, don't let him fool you. This is all an act. He's been supporting Crystal Palace for 125 years.
Don't buy the gag. Don't buy the gag.
So, like, let me put it this way: tears were shed when he saw them win their first ever trophy, because there's been a lot of lean years from him as a lifelong Crystal Palace supporter.
That's funny.
I could have named only 4 teams in the Premier League in January, and that's only because I would have known the 4 probably most prominently well-known teams.
So how many can you name now?
8, 9, maybe. I don't know.
We're making progress.
Listen, you're twice as good as you were a few weeks ago.
I mean, I do I do know when you guys were talking a little while ago about West Ham's schedule. Crystal Palace is kind of following the same hills. We've got Liverpool, we've got Arsenal coming up, we've got it was some of the same ones that you were just talking about with them. Let's see, we've got we've got Everton coming up, Bournemouth.
And I like this question right here. Out of the 4 of us, I think it's a tie.
I'd go Virgil.
But I give the slight edge to Virgil simply because he follows a lot more leagues, I believe, than you do. Correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick.
No. At least in detail. I follow other leagues, but he has a much better
understanding.
He has a much better pulse on like what's going on in the other leagues. I mean, he's
in a fantasy league for the Madagascar Soccer League. So
stop.
Well, the thing is, he's been a Paderborn supporter for so long.
Patrick, I swear to God, if you bring up Paderborn one more time, I tell you one time I'm a Kaiserslautern fan, and you do that to me.
No.
So here's the thing: like when it comes to go back to the answer to the question for a supportive Premier League team, we give Donnie crap about not having one, but I don't have one. So because for me,
it's funny. Because you
Yeah, it
never
is
have any
funny.
teams of any leagues.
No, he
Well,
doesn't.
First off, the reason that happened is because I started following all the other leagues because I was following the American players.
Right.
So, like
Right.
like I said before, when Freddie Adu and Eddie Johnson went to Greece, I followed the Greek Super League and started trying to pay attention to that. When Alejandro Bedoya was with Hammarby, I followed the Swedish league. Which, by the way, we will still talk about the Swedish league soon because, like I said, there's a Leicester City situation going on in that league.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Exactly.
No,
That's the thing. But no, like there's a lot of different players that I followed that have gone to all these leagues, and I end up following the leads afterwards. Like I have an Anderlecht scarf because I have a friend that went to Belgium and knew I liked
Purple.
Liked purple. Sasha Kleshton was playing for Anderlecht at the time, so that's how it usually happens for me.
Virgil's your ultimate fan of the sport. He's a fan of the sport of multiple sports. He doesn't have we gave him an NFL team. We gave him a Major League Baseball team.
Which, by the way, the NFL game that broke my freaking heart. We're going to talk about that on Tuesday.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
But we've had to give Virgil major sports teams for just about everything. Outside of minor league baseball team that he is a fan of
in college.
And college. He's just a fan of sports.
Oh yeah, we do.
I mean, there's nobody that watches as much soccer and Division III football.
Wait, hold on a second. Now, not because Division II, FCS, FBS, and then Division 2 and 3. That now we're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I will say this for soccer: when it comes to like naming players and like where they've gone, that's Patrick.
Oh yeah, 100%. Patrick is great with names. 100%.
But I'm the guy who will usually kind of just keep an eye on, like all the leagues. And one thing that I'm trying to get these guys to get into African World Cup qualifications.
Yeah.
Because there's been some big stories in that I've been wanting to try to tell, and Ed just looks at me like that now, just completely dead-eyed.
And see, it excites me when you talk about stuff like that because I think, Calcio, to be honest, I think that between Virgil and me, we complement each other well in terms of like our strengths. That what I'm strong in is not necessarily what Virgil's interested in, and vice versa. So I think
you're right.
And then, of course, Donnie and Ed bring stuff to the table as well because they bring a different lens from their fandom as well, however long it's been. So we like to think that we provide a full, a well-rounded, So
think of it this way, right? Because
he's getting ready to hop out real quick. So let him know we're here on Tuesday and Thursday nights as well, talking all of the American sports, NFL, Major League Baseball, top college football. Monday night is kind of our soccer and lower level football talk.
Yeah. Lower level college football.
F1. We'll get into some F1 and hockey coming up soon.
Baby. Some F1, and that's some exciting stuff.
Really, we call this one the supplemental show in a way.
Yeah. Kelsey, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you for stopping
come back.
by.
Yeah.
So this is the way I put it, right? We got expert level, the two of you. Then we got middle of the table, that's me. And then we got rookie level when it comes to soccer, and that's Donnie.
So basically what you're saying is that you're mid-table and Donnie's being relegated.
I'm West Ham right now in this scenario.
By the way, Virgil, you look like Virgil van Dijk.
I mean, that's probably the nicest thing someone's ever said to me.
I love that. You know what? I'm a little disappointed in myself that I've never called you Virgil van Dijk before. I might have to.
That's a pretty good.
There's not a lot of Virgils out there.
Well, there is another Virgil with the $1 Million Man.
See, okay. Can we? Ed, can I just go into a little wrestling story real quick?
Baby, this is your show. I'm just here.
But I still want to keep the pace. Virgil. I have a Virgil action figure, and I honestly thought for probably like when I was, because like I watched wrestling since I was like maybe 3, 4 going on there. I honestly thought my parents named me after him.
Nice.
And of course, the timelines didn't add up later, but yeah, it's like there was that little belief.
For the longest time, you believed it.
I believed it for the longest time. I believed
it. Your parents didn't try to change your name to Vincent at any point, did they?
No, I did not change to Vincent.
Okay.
My name did not start off as Soul Train Jones or Curly Bill either. Okay,
well said.
I know we don't talk about NFL right now on this show, But did you guys see what my man is about to try to do?
I was about to bring this up. I kind of want to pause and see how this goes.
2 seconds left in the second quarter, about to go in a half. My man's about to what? Kick a 60-yarder?
Is it 60? I thought it was longer than that.
I think it's close to that. They're talking about pregame. They're talking about him hitting 60.
Oh, Jesus, a 67-yarder.
67. Yeah. Okay. Hey, why not?
I mean, it's 2 seconds left, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, why not give it a shot?
Let's see who is the furthest delayed on their stream.
Jesus. Oh no, it's not indoors. It's in Baltimore. I'm sorry.
He almost made it though. He had the distance.
So the answer is me.
Dude had the distance.
Let's see. He just about to kick it. Then, yeah. Oh, he would have had that if it won. If it didn't get shanked the way it did.
Spoiler.
Oh.
Okay, so Donnie's behind me. That's good.
Hey, he had the distance. He just hooked it. Yep.
So Ed spoiled me. I spoiled Donnie.
And I don't have it on, so you all spoiled it for me.
But
he just didn't start that far enough, right?
Yeah. So Virgil,
he had the distance though.
I'm still behind by 6.
Oh, you're still behind by 6, but like I said, it's still promising. It's not over yet.
Yeah, I'm about to lose.
Bro, you're about to lose. I got my ass handed to me.
Yeah, well, Virgil's got a knack.
It had nothing to do with Virgil. Listen, no disrespect to Virgil. It had nothing to do with Virgil. And
that's
everything.
I kind of agree with that.
And everything to do with my team.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say the same for my team because Malik Neighbors should have had more than 3 points.
No, dude, Ed, I was sweating bullets like in the first slate of games because Puka Nacua and Quentin Junkins were going off at the same time. I'm like, oh, he's gonna kill me.
No, but then Russell Wilson decided that to revert back to old Russell Wilson.
I made the dumbest mistake of the weekend.
I know which one you're about to say because I saw you.
I changed defenses.
So did I.
I thought Green Bay's defense against Cleveland would do way better than Minnesota, and that's going to cost me. Darla's going to beat me.
I changed mine I dropped Cleveland defense for the Bengals defense, thinking that they were going to do better.
I played the Colts defense.
Oh, you got good. No,
the only lineup change I made that morning or yesterday morning was to switch defenses because I really didn't think that Minnesota's defense. I just thought that the defense against the Browns would be better than the Vikings against Cincinnati. And I mean, how did I know they're going to run back a interception 90-something or whatever it was and 67 yards, fumble recovery? Like, come on.
By the way, can we talk about Lichtenberg versus Prophet? My gosh.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Oh, my word. Look at that score.
I feel sorry for the poor Sappos to play Lichtenberg next. Guess who that is?
Holy crap.
Yeah. Listen, I'm going to give it up for Prophet, though. He had horrible luck this week. I mean, with CeeDee Lamb getting hurt, James Conner getting hurt, and he's already had injuries with Purdy and Eckler and Godwin's not back yet. And so
I didn't know you could score that high in fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you ought to see.
Ed did it a couple times last year.
I did.
Of course, scoring systems are different from league to league. You ought to see my other league that I play.
Ed got 200. Ed almost got 200 points one week last year.
Wow.
And I got close to 200 points one time as well.
He got 15 points out of a kicker.
Who did?
Lichtenberg.
Yeah. Listen, I got 20 points off of a kicker last year.
Hey, are we done with the soccer talk?
Yes, I was about to transition to FCS.
Oh, good, because I'm excited for this talk. I've been waiting all weekend for this
Easton
thing.
Came back and won.
Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
Get it out of the way, because I know you've been holding on to something. So go ahead.
Did you guys watch Illinois State versus North Alabama?
I just watched a
Who
little bit.
watches that?
I do.
We all do. What are you talking about?
Do yourself a favor. Go find the archive on ESPN Plus.
Mm-hmm.
and watch the ending of that game after the 3-hour lightning delay.
3 hour? Holy
Yeah.
smoke.
Because just to give you an idea,
Were
Illinois
they playing
State.
at Clemson?
Ooh, damn.
No.
Oh, low blow, bro.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, am I wrong,
Because of
Donnie? We've
lightning
had so many
delays.
lightning delays.
We've had 2 both of our home games this season
Yeah.
have been well,
Yeah.
not both.
I wasn't
2
trying to
of our
knock
games,
it.
not LSU,
I
but
wasn't knocking the result. I was just saying, like, the lightning delays.
yeah, because that's the
Go ahead,
running
Donnie.
joke
Go
now
ahead,
is we've had
Virgil. I'm
more
sorry.
lightning delays than wins.
Go ahead, Virgil. I'm sorry.
So it's okay. So Illinois State is ranked number 5. Number 5. UNA, they're still kind of up and coming in FCS. They've been around for a while. They've been a Division II powerhouse, but they're coming up there. So they're still trying to figure things out. But they're still a good team. When the delay ended, it was 24-21 Illinois State. So Illinois State has the ball. They kick a field goal. So it's time for UNA to try to come back and score to win the game.
Yeah.
They get a touchdown off of a beautiful throw. That's something that was kind of contested. They get a touchdown there. They miss the extra point.
Oh.
So it is 27-27. Illinois State has the ball. The time to drive down. They get down in field goal range. And with 9 seconds left, they decide to kick a field goal, which I don't know why I think they did that just in case, I guess, something goes wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, something went wrong. It got blocked. But they recovered it. So they were able to go have another play with 3 seconds left. Heave in the end zone, hits off a Illinois State player, falls. We're going to overtime. First overtime, both teams go 3 and out, both kick field goals. Okay. Second overtime, Illinois State scores on the first play, gets their 2-point conversion. UNA is up. They had 3 opportunities. Okay, so they have 3 opportunities to even try to get a first down. They couldn't do it.
This is gonna hurt.
So then
talking about it makes I can feel you hurting.
I know. He's slowing down as he says it.
So then it's 4th down. I'm because I'm watching with my mom, and it's like they're not going to win this. They're not going to win this. They get a touchdown. So now it comes down to a 2.
Then you get excited.
You decided, and I'm like, oh, because I like upsets. I like upsets when it involves local teams.
Hi guys, I can.
So the 2-point conversion comes up, and they get it, and I'm like, okay, time to go with that. There's a flag. Chop block.
No,
15 yards.
Oh no!
And I was like, I've never been so invested in a game like that before. But like, it was like one of those things. Like, okay, maybe it was just like it looked weird. No, it was such an obvious chop block. Like, why would you effing do that?
I was just gonna ask you, was it that obvious of a chop block?
Super obvious. Like he went, like he dove for the legs.
Oh, he dove for the legs.
Like, what do you mean? What the hell?
What did Mama Virgil say about it?
She didn't see it because she left at that time because that's when she was getting calls from the family saying she was okay. We'll talk about why on that tomorrow. So there's like a 4th. It's like they have to convert it at a 15-yard line. Throws it up, hits off the receiver, interception by Illinois State.
Yeah, it was,
so, and that's just a little bit. That's just a little bit of my FCS journey. But I also want to talk about another team because we picked this game and I was super disappointed in this team because they just kind of, it was, great defense versus great offense, and great offense won. And that was Austin Peay against Abilene Christian. Austin Peay, if you look at the score line, it may look a little bit closer. It was not. They did not show up for that game. I was very disappointed in them.
Yeah, well, they dropped to 25th. They're about to get out of the top 25 if they don't get it together.
Which is a shame because that's a good team. They beat Middle Tennessee State. They held their own against Georgia, which
that's a lot. You get that's
a lot of FBS teams can't even do that.
Well, yeah. And I think I told you this. Like, I found this podcast, the FCS Nation, right, and they were talking about this Austin Peay, right, the Governors. This is actually a really good ball club, and they expected them to win, but they didn't, and I was surprised.
I mean, if they'd lost, they would have been pissed, right?
I mean, that's fair. I know what you did. I'm not giving.
Yeah,
you
we're not. I'm not even. I don't want to acknowledge it.
But Guy, we'll get into games. Some of the other games to bring up soon because I do want to talk about Villanova Monmouth too. That one was a little surprising.
Ooh.
But
Nova
there
took a
is
massive fucking drop too.
What was that?
They took a massive drop.
Yes, they did. But there is a showcase game that we will be picking on Thursday for sure. Because, and I want to verify to make sure I have the right.
Hey, by the way, while you're doing that, did I not tell you about this game? Youngstown State and Townsend.
Yeah, I admit I saw some of that game. That was a fun game to watch.
I was like, that's a tasty game right there. And they ended up winning. The Youngstown State won 31-28, propelling Youngstown State to go up 5 spots. What's up, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, guys, just on a serious note, real quick. I don't know if you heard about Sean Clark, the former Appalachian State head coach.
I did.
That's now an offensive line coach at UCF.
Well,
was yeah. He unfortunately passed away yesterday. So he was only 50 years old. So in all seriousness, to him, and prayers go out to his family, and condolences go out to the Appalachian State and UCF programs for their loss. I mean, he was at Appalachian State up until last year when they decided to go in a different direction as coach, and then he joined Scott Frost's staff at UCF. So horrible situation to see a coach that young lose his life. So just condolences to his family, his players, and his friends and family and loved ones. So
it's always sad to see somebody go that young.
Well, and you have to think it's something sudden, and there was one in the soccer community this past week as well. Former Liverpool women and Chelsea women's head coach Matt Beard mysteriously passed away at the age of, I think he was 49 or 48.
I did not read that one.
Yeah, and I don't know the cause of death, but him too. So just, I don't know. For me personally, I don't speak for the rest of the guys, but just hug the people close to you and tell the people close to you love them, because we're guaranteed this. We're only guaranteed this second that we're in right now. So just not to bring down food, but just I was thinking about that and just wanted to say that real quick.
Yeah. Hey, how? Can I ask you a question, Virgil? Because you probably know more about this one than I do.
Go ahead.
How is it that Rhode Island, they win 28-7 and they still drop?
Rhode Island is such an interesting.
They're 4-0.
Yeah, but they're a weak 4-0 because LIU. LIU's not a bad win for them.
Obviously, they got Montana ahead of them at 2-2.
Respect the Rams.
Montana has had a tougher schedule so far. They've already played North Dakota. They've already played. There's another team they've already played too that was kind of higher up there.
They played Oregon, South Dakota, Montana State. They played Oregon, South Dakota. They lost. Then they play San Diego, and then they just beat Mercyhurst 17-0.
Yeah, here are Rhode Island's games. 31-20 against Campbell. 31.
Campbell's not a good team this year.
31-17 Stony Brook.
Yep.
9-7 Holy Cross.
Yeah. That was a robust win.
Yeah, robust win. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
it was
Rhode Island. So Long Island's really been their first test, in my opinion.
Okay. I'll give you that.
The fact that they beat them 28-7, okay, maybe that team looks a little better. But looking at the rest of their schedule, they play Western Michigan, which I don't know. I know Western Michigan's been pretty bad, but I don't know if they're going to beat them. That's
a MAC school. Yeah, they're 1-3 because they lost to Illinois, number 9 Illinois 38-0. Right, North Texas they lost by 3, 33-30, and then Michigan State they only lost 23-6.
Yeah.
Central Michigan. So I mean,
yeah,
I hate to do this, but I think this is when Rhode Island will get their first loss of the season.
But here's the rest of their schedule: at Brown, New Hampshire on the at home against New Hampshire, at Albany, home against Bryant, at Elon, at Maine, and then Hampton.
Yeah, their schedule strength is not good. You're right.
I mean,
you're right. You're right.
That Maine team is something special.
They're 0-4.
It's just that they can't win. I know.
Really, the hardest.
I love how you just like try them, just throw it in there. Yeah.
Listen until Virgil makes his IPA chili for you, IPA Skyline chili. I'm going to keep stirring over here.
But here's the thing: they don't play Monmouth.
No.
They don't play William and Mary. They
I
don't
got
play
you.
Carolina A&T. So like they're not even playing Villanova. They've dodged Villanova. So yeah.
No. Is this did they schedule their own games or is this done by NCAA? Because I know in regular,
I think NCAA has more control over that than
this one than regular.
Irregular. I'm not blaming them for their schedule. But what I'm saying is that I'm not buying Rhode Island I mean, their win against LIU was pretty good. I will give them that. LIU did beat Eastern Michigan, so I mean, like they do have a MAC school beat. But Rhode Island, I'm not surprised they're ranked where they are. I need to see more.
Do you think Jim Herrick made their schedule?
Patrick, I swear to God.
I see. That's what I'm saying. This dude is just trying to.
Well, I mean, I'm crossing sports there, but Jim Herrick.
And good for South Dakota went going up, right? Because they beat Drake 42-21. So
was it a rap battle?
Yes.
But there's another team I do want to talk about, and
all right.
There's two more games I want to talk. There's two more teams I want to talk about. There's a few games I want to talk about.
All right, talk to me.
When you have a chance to talk to just talk to family, talk to your kid, make sure to let them know that West Georgia is ranked, because this will never probably happen again.
Ever again.
They jumped all the way to 20.
West Georgia has put on a very, very good performance so far. Now
Carrollton's a fortress, son.
Because no one wants to go there.
I just said it was a fortress.
Yeah. So once you're in, you ain't coming out.
So West Georgia have beaten Eastern Kentucky, have beaten a really good ETSU team.
Yep.
They won at Nichols, and Nichols have already beaten Incarnate Word, and then they beat Samford, which at the time when they beat Samford surprised me, but after kind of seeing Samford lately, I don't know what's going on with them. I'm a little surprised by how they're doing.
Yeah, but okay. Yes, they're 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
But let's pump the brakes here, because their schedule, you got some good, strong ball clubs that are coming in.
Oh, they've got a murderer's row coming up.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so so they have Southern Utah next week, which is it next week? Yeah, next week.
Yeah,
that's
next week.
Kind of interesting. Here are their 3 games after that.
Jesus.
At Austin P, which if Austin P it kind of rebounds from that
the loss, yeah.
That loss, I mean, that's still going to be a tough game. Then Abilene Christian at home.
Oof.
And then at the other team I want to talk about, Tarleton State.
Ooh, that's a tasty matchup.
I will say this, if they win 2 out of those 3 games,
they should be top 10.
Not only a top 10, buy in the playoffs. Because that's almost like a playoff journey in its own, facing those 3 teams. And I don't know. And yes, you can probably make a case
name. Put some respect on their name.
You can probably make a case that UAC is probably not a top tier conference compared to the Missouri Valley, but I can't look at how they're doing and say, okay, there's definitely some quality there.
Well, think about how long West Georgia's program has been around. It's not an old program.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, they've been a Division II for a long time, haven't they?
I don't remember the year they started, but they've not been a D1 for a long time.
Yeah, but they were Division II for a long time, and then they came up to Division One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you look, I mean, for what it's worth, I know they haven't really played anybody. They're starting to play their conference, I guess. They've given up the fewest points of anybody in that conference.
I would say that is a very stout team.
That's an indicator of at least a little something.
Yeah.
Because even Tarleton State, even though Tarleton State scored 239 points, they've given up 64, which is more than West Georgia.
Jesus, their football program is as old as me. They've been around since 1981.
1981. I didn't realize they were that old.
Also, props to Tarleton State being Chattanooga. That's probably been, minus the FBS game, that was probably their toughest FCS game so far. Chattanooga's they're on a downslide, but they're still a fun team to watch. They still have some good players.
Don't worry, Dolly,
the toughest one. Army was their toughest.
Yeah.
Well, I said non-FBS.
Yeah. They and you know, they have we were talking about these other football teams that they have a tough schedule. The way that Tarleton State's been playing, this schedule favors them.
I would agree. I think their toughest. Do they have
their toughest is Abilene Christian?
Are they at home for that, or are they away?
They're at Abilene.
They're at Abilene. That's going to be a tough one,
right? And then versus Austin Peay. Then you got North Alabama as well. So the last 3 games are Abilene, North Alabama, and Austin Peay. Then before that you got Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd be curious how they're doing, because Tarleton's kind of the new, they're the new team in town at this point. So
is it sustainable? That's the thing. Can this be sustainable? Because we were talking about the same thing last year or a couple of years before of Incarnate Word, being that team, and then all of a sudden they're 1-3 and 24th and could potentially be out of the top 25.
And see, I can't talk bad about Incarnate Word because the Nichols game, they were flat.
They should have won the Northern Arizona game. I'm sorry.
No, I don't agree with that. Northern Arizona was the better team in that game. That game was kind of the way I thought it was going to, because that teams that play in domes at home, Ed, there's something about them you just can't beat.
I got you. I can see that. Yeah.
And of course, I know you guys saw All Is Right with the World. Mercer is ranked again.
Yeah,
they beat the crap out of the Citadel.
That was definitely a beatdown.
That was
38 zip.
Yeah, they clawed their way back into the win column. I was proud of them.
They were they were ranked last week, weren't they? Yeah.
If they were, I don't.
They were 25th.
Oh, I guess they were in last week. So basically, I just ruined my own drive. Good.
Yep, they were 25th. North Dakota, not North Dakota State, but North Dakota went up 2 spots because they beat Valpo. 58-7.
I don't get why. I don't feel like they went up because of that game, because Valpo's they're Pioneer League.
They went up because of the other games around them.
I think Illinois State struggling more against UNA is probably the reason they went up.
Because if you look at their Missouri Valley, you got what? North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Illinois State, Southern Illinois, Youngstown State, Indiana State. Then you got North Dakota, Northern Iowa, South Dakota, and then Murray State. And Murray State is 0-4.
Well, they're a basketball school.
True.
But on not this week, but next week, there's going to be 2 interesting games going on. And we're going to circle back on these because one of them is going to be a complete. Actually, both of these may be picks, honestly.
All right. Give it to me.
South Dakota State goes to Youngstown.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that.
And then probably possibly a game of the year coming up if both teams hold. North Dakota State at Illinois State. Now, North Dakota State tends to lose a game regular season.
When they're looking ahead.
Yeah. So that could be one of them right there. Now, North Dakota State does play South Dakota at North Dakota State this week.
That's going to be another good game.
Yeah, I'd be curious how that goes on that one.
But that is going to be I like that Youngstown State matchup. That's going to be a good one. Can you add that to the pick'ems?
Well, that's not for this week. That's for next week.
Oh.
Yeah, or what? Well, but also, we have to give credit to somebody because a certain team is 3-1, and I cannot think of the last time they've been 3-1. And that is Deshaun Jackson's. No, that's Deshaun Jackson's Delaware State.
Oh, I was going to say, let's go to the Salukis.
No, it's not the Salukis. They have beaten St. Francis of Pennsylvania, something that Kent State has usually struggled with.
Oh, that's a low blow, bro. Why would you?
I'm getting my low blows in now because I know the abuse I'm going to take from you guys on Tuesday. Let me have this.
Yeah.
Well, I made some crazy picks though. So I made some crazy picks last week.
Some of them paid off though.
Some of them did pay off. There was quite a few that you picked. You were the only person that picked it, and it happened.
I made some wild games.
In fact, I think all of us at some point had a game that we all picked. That one, we were the only one that picked that team, and that team won. The only problem is that one person had 5 of those, and that person won.
Gotcha.
So
it's already been decided who won.
Yeah, the winner's already been decided. This game though can still decide 2nd through 4th place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, congratulations, Ed.
No, there's no way I'm first place. There's absolutely no way. With the crazy picks that I made, did you see them?
You
Did
sure
you see
about
some of
that?
the crazy results of this weekend, though?
There were some wild games, though,
pretty-
man.
there's
They
some
were some
Yeah.
crazy games.
So I repeat, congratulations, Ed.
You should see me. I'm at my sister's. I got my phone. And I'll be honest with you, like I wasn't paying too much attention to college football this weekend, just for the simple fact that I have a team that's on the cusp of making the Major League Baseball playoffs.
Oh, I had a feeling you were focusing on that more. Speaking of what you're going to say.
Playoffs, you don't say.
Yeah, we don't talk about it on this show, but I'm just saying, I
mean,
I was invested. I even watched the Seattle Mariners and Houston Astros game last night. I was watching that game.
I mean, Blue Jays made the playoffs.
Congratulations to your team.
Thank you.
But this is how invested I was.
Wow, and Donnie doesn't even say anything. Wow. I see how
Well, I feel
Don't
like
need to.
I want to make. I mean, I know we'll talk about this tomorrow, but I think you need to get Phil a fruit basket.
Hey, 100%.
Yeah, I would.
Because, man,
yeah.
listen. The fact that like they went in and they swept the Tigers. And the Tigers were the better team. Let's be honest about that. But too bad for Atlanta that they got hot at the wrong time. Kind of good, the right time for me, but for them, right, because they were already eliminated.
Yeah. Well, I'm not making excuses for teams, but I mean, they lost their whole freaking starting rotation, man.
That they did. You're right.
I mean, you look at who the whole starting rotation was to start the season. Every single one of them was lost for an extended period of time or for the season.
I mean, isn't it crazy? I mean, the Braves in the last 3 years, every season they've been decimated throughout the season with injuries.
Right, injuries.
And again, everybody has injuries. Not like the Braves do. I don't know what's going on with the Braves.
They hold a special place in hell for that because, man, they are in purgatory when it comes to injuries.
Yeah, somebody made some weird deal there. I don't know.
They're the Chelsea of Major League Baseball.
By the way, I want to give a special shout out to Ferris State, Division II. They're number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach's Paul. Just wanted to put that out there.
So you said that I had scores up because I was looking.
Did you see the tweet that their director of athletics put out?
No.
Someone was. Let me see if I can find it. Someone had made a comment about Ferris State about their players, and he kind of fired back at them about it. Let me see if I can find it.
Can we talk about that game that we were just talking about, the high scoring game?
So I was going to do a segue with that because when I saw that, we're talking about the Idaho State Lincoln score.
Yeah.
The very first thing I thought of when I saw that was actually Joe Profit, because I'm like, man, I'm so glad he's not basing his miles off of Idaho State.
Oh my God, right? He did the 20 miles for the Kansas City Royals. Who did they beat, the Kansas City Royals, when they scored 20 runs? Was it?
Who were they playing?
It was some team from up north. I can't remember what it was.
Michigan?
No. It was higher up. Yeah, it was across the border.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Blue Jays. They scored 20 points against the Blue Jays, I think it was. And he had to do 20 miles. Man, that's rough on him.
I mean, he's getting it in.
90-0. So it's funny enough, we're talking about this for Daryl asked me, it's like, so what do you do when you're scoring that many points? I'm like, honestly, at the half or even at the end of the third quarter, the coaches will get together and they're either agree to shorten the quarters. I was like, at that point, I was like, why don't we go ahead and just shorten these quarters, just because, it's getting a little out of hand. We don't want to cause any injuries or anything like that. So that's usually what happens.
Well, I mean, at that point too, you're having your third, fourth string in, but if you can't be stopped when you're running the ball, I mean, you're going to get those stats. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Who is Lincoln? Because they don't even have a logo for them.
So Lincoln is kind of an interesting story. I'm not going to get into it, but do you guys remember the whole, is it Bishop Sycamore or whatever it was?
In Ohio.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those situations.
Yeah, sort of like a throw together team kind of school.
Bishop Sycamore was a total fake school.
Yeah, true, I'll find the video on it, then I'll send it to you. Because
it even lists the state. I mean, you don't normally see a school with. I mean, it's like a high school. It's listed Lincoln (parentheses California).
So to go over some of the notable Division II games that we set to keep an eye on, Minnesota Duluth beat Sioux Falls 34-17.
Dude, I was just looking at that game.
Yeah, trying to think what's. I'm sorry, I was watching the play.
I mean, North Carolina Central beat North Carolina A&T 62-20. That's crazy.
Yeah, Central's really, really good.
NC Central, baby.
So I found the Ferris State tweet I was talking about. Apparently on ESPN this morning, they were talking about the Ole Miss quarterback Trinidad Chambliss.
Yes.
And they said, one of them said, how did Trinidad Chambliss end up at Ferris State? And so the AD said, he said, ESPN this morning, how did Trinidad Chambliss end up at Ferris State? He said, well, let me help you out. We win. We have coaches who can flat out recruit and develop student athletes, and it's a great place. Stop asking dumb questions. And he
good for him.
Yeah, that is good for him.
He tagged
good for him.
And he tagged the Ferris State athletics program.
Who on ESPN said that? Was it ESPN Radio? Which show?
I don't know. I would guess it's something either on the college football show or the SEC network or something like that.
Because I'm getting kind of sick and tired of the morning show.
Shoot, it might be Feinbaum. I don't know. Know.
Feinbaum wouldn't know where Ferris State even is, so I can't.
Feinbaum, if it's not SEC, he doesn't care. So I'll give him that.
Let me see if I can find it.
But if it's the unsportsmanlike, I'm getting kind of tired of that show.
Well, I mean, think about. I can't speak for Division II, Division III, but think about some of the players notable college players, that's been drafted recently that were in FCS. Start with Cam Ward, Incarnate Word, Cam Scadaboo, Sacramento State.
Although he did go to Arizona, transfer to Arizona, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but Arizona, but they got him from Sacramento State. Like these are, like I said, there's quality in all levels. Sometimes you just have to find them.
What's his name now?
That's where
Thielen.
yeah.
Mhm.
Thielen.
I mean, that's where the NIL is starting to come into play because you have these guys at the smaller schools, big schools find them, they come in for a year, and then boom.
But and also to that point, it's like, won't you rather be playing, starting, and actually getting some reps in than sitting behind somebody for a year and you're not gonna get any kind of like plays on video, so that way people can actually recruit you and see how you're how good of a player you are. Like I would be like, yeah, let me go down there and get some practice. Let me get, and then if I get recruited by another ball club later on, I'll transfer and then go from there.
Well, that's what a lot of these guys are chasing is they're chasing playing time. And some of them are chasing it for the wrong reasons because they're not good and the coaches won't play them because they're not good and they're trying to find somewhere to play.
Oh, they know their limitations and they're finally going to
Right.
say, hey, listen, I'm just going to make some money here while I'm playing and then go from
Well,
there.
that's where you get the 5 and 6 year guys that no, they're not going to go to the NFL. They don't have a chance. And
Hell, I did a video on that.
If they can get some money, it's better than nothing. But I mean, hopefully, they're not stupid and they're getting a master's degree after 6 or 7 years, not just still getting a bachelor's after 6 or 7 years.
One guy who went to Temple. I got 8 years.
Well, you know what they call a person that goes to college for 7 years, right?
Doctor. That's true.
So there were a few Division III games that I did mention that were ranked versus ranked. So let's go over those real quick.
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
One was Wisconsin Whitewater versus Mary Hardin Baylor. Mary Hardin Baylor was at home, I believe, was 9 versus 13, and Wisconsin Whitewater beat them 26-6. So nice to know. So a lot of purple logos I'm noticing. Purple's making a comeback. I like that.
We know who's designing jerseys these days. Virgil, is that your part-time job?
It's my side hustle.
Nice.
The other matchup, the Carnegie Mellon beat Barry 17-9. And then the game I was trying to find to watch anyway, but I could not. Johns Hopkins versus
Susquehanna. Yeah, baby.
And man, if there was a game that I wish was a lot closer, it would have been this one, but that was not the case. I just lost the score because my system decided
40-22.
40-22. I was very disappointed in Susquehanna.
They didn't do nothing.
Good for Johns Hopkins.
John Carroll University, though, they beat Oberlin 63-0.
I'm not sure how Oberlin is.
Not good.
Yeah, Oberlin needs to stick to academics.
They're good at that. I'll give them that.
So basically, what you're saying is don't stick to sports.
100%.
Mm-hmm. I don't see Mount Union.
I was trying to think of a nice way to say it because we're a family. We're a family show, so I was trying to think of a nice way to say it.
Gotcha.
Jeez, Coast Guard over Nichols 92-60. That's some score right there.
That was another game I forgot to mention. I saw the score line.
Wow.
You think anyone? You think anyone put a bet on the over/under on that game?
I'm sure someone found the line for that. But just by the way, I need to talk to Zach Profit about starting a Kansas high school sports book.
Don't do that. Don't.
What? It's a legitimate business, Ed.
You're a financial. Oh, gotcha. You're a risk advisor.
Exactly. It's legitimate business.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Virgil has switched his employment to Underdog Sports.
it.
Now that they're opening up in almost all states.
You saying you don't want a DHC sports book on high school games?
No.
Good. You have good moral. Oh my. Okay. Can I just go to college? Can I go to FBS for a minute?
Have at it.
I just saw the Baylor Oklahoma State line.
Why would you do that to yourself?
It wasn't. I wasn't looking for it, but
let us guess. Let us guess.
It's called being a glutton for punishment.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, Oklahoma State's at home. So, what kind of line do you think would have me looking like this?
So they get the 3-point bump. And it's against Baylor.
Yeah.
32.
What's your guess, Donnie?
I was going to go around that. I'll say 29.
Okay. Patrick?
We're going for the line here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 50.
What's up, Joe?
What are you going to go with?
50.
50. Okay, first off, you guys have no faith in Oklahoma State. It's only 20 and a half.
No, I have no faith in Oklahoma State. You already know that, though.
I mean, if you wouldn't have reacted like you did, I'd have probably said like 21.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna.
then I was like,
the way
oh
that
shit,
you
it must be closer
reacted.
to 30 or something. The way you
No.
reacted.
No.
Right, that's exactly what I thought, because I was like, all right, so maybe
Well,
what, 15, 17, 18 points. Okay.
Come on, a 20-point road dog, road favorite. I mean,
Yeah,
you don't even see like G5 versus FBS school, G5 versus P4 schools with that.
but dude, it's Oklahoma State. No
I'm very well
disrespect.
aware of that, Ed.
Well, at least he didn't say 50.
That's true.
That was embarrassing if he would have said 50. I would have just quit.
Nah, if it was 50, I'd be done. I'd be done.
Well, yeah, well, I was going to say the way that you were reacting, though, I thought it was something like astronomical like that. And I'm like, well, this is bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add two names to watch out for, and I want to know to you guys who gets fired first. Trent Dilfer or Gundy?
Dilfer.
Dilfer.
Actually, no.
Dilfer.
I honestly think it's gonna be Gundy.
If you know Alabama sports politics, it is probably not going to be Dilfer.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah, that's with the board of trustees getting involved, and their history of screwing over UAB sports is well documented. So just by saying that, it will probably be Gundy. But here's the question. I was going to pose this for Tuesday. I want you guys to think about this. Who's going to be the next coach fired? Because I'm going to give you a hint. It's not going to be Gundy. So take some time.
Are we going down to Are we going down to Gainesville?
I was actually thinking more towards Madison.
Oh, that's a distinct possibility after that Maryland game this past weekend.
So just chew on that for a minute. Just chew on that for a while.
Does Barry Alvarez make a triumphant return for a third stint as coach?
There's no way. Just let him die already.
If Bill Snyder can come back the second time after replacing Prince, and probably a third time we don't know how the Klein thing is going right now, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, Barry Alvarez, is he still the AD?
I think he's 80 for life.
Yeah.
Either he's AD or he's retired.
Yeah, is he emeritus at this point?
I that's a good question.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's retired. But it says since retiring, he's served as interim head coach on 2 occasions.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, the second he came back, he was already AD, I think, when he came back and filled in.
Yes,
He was.
He was.
So I think he just stepped in so that they didn't have to, so they'd have time to look.
Well, because he stepped aside from coaching when Brett Bielema took the job.
Yeah.
But as much as Dilfer does need to go, I don't know if it's going to happen. It should have happened last year, so I don't know.
Donnie, and I want to ask you this as a fan of your Clemson. I want to have an honest conversation of like, what's your actual thoughts on your dude? Because
I don't think the problem. Well, let me put it this way: Blue Sky. It's not.
See ya. Whoa! It caught up to him.
Spoiler. No, just kidding.
Oh,
Blue Sky. Blue Sky. It's not. It's not Dabo that's the problem, except that he is the problem in not making some of the changes he needs to make in his coaching staff or that he's made some bad decisions in his coaching staff. I don't know what's going on with the players not being on this. Holy shit, he just took off, didn't he?
I told you.
Oh, wow. Look at
Well,
that.
I didn't know
run.
what you meant by bye, but damn, Montgomery got through that line, didn't he?
Thanks,
By the way,
Donnie.
on the last drive, I got
Hold on,
within
Virgil's
3.
catching up. Give it a second.
Okay.
No, all
real quick.
that I have to say to that is thank you, Russell Wilson.
Well,
Oh,
the
shit.
last drive with Amon-Ra St. Brown making a couple of big catches and a touchdown, I'm within 3 points of Darla now, so I might have a chance of winning this game
You might.
I'm
Yeah.
if he can get a few more catches.
I'm sitting behind, and I've got a boomer bust player.
But the problem isn't specifically Dabo, except that he's in charge of everything.
That's the problem.
It's the question is, why are the players just not on the same page? And that's something fundamental is going on with those players, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's again, y'all know I don't like the OC. I think he's horrible. In fact, we have a friend of ours whose son is a trainer with the team, and on some feedback we were getting that our OC was not calling plays the second half of the Troy game. Somebody else took over calling plays. I don't know who.
Was it you?
No,
Yeah.
I wish it had been me because I had a whole lot of them drawn up in the notepad over here in pencil that would have
All
gone
right,
great.
so-
But
And,
the
and
players
I'm
are
just
just
an
not
out,
on the same page right now.
I'm
and
just
I
an
don't know
outsider,
why.
by the way, looking in. I'm an outsider looking in at this whole situation. You said something that was key right there. Like, it's like it's not Dabo that's the problem, but the problem is that the players are not listening. To me, that sounds like that's a leadership problem, that they no longer are listening to the leader of that team.
No, because if you hear the players the players that are interviewed after the game, they keep talking about, man, we're so close, we're so this, we're so that. Now, Klubnik, he's a little clueless to me sometimes because I think he's getting on his own head as far as what he thinks is happening because he thinks they're closer than I think they are. But the players have all said that they're together in the locker room. They've got each other's back. And I mean, they're going to say that too. I know that, but I don't see any any dissension or anything like that from the players as far as not listening to the coaches. I just don't think the coaches have a good game plan. I don't think that they like.
But
Well,
that falls on Dabo though.
well, it falls on him only because of who he's chosen. Because he's not an X's and O's coach. He's not the guy that's down there. I mean, his OC and his DC, that's their jobs. That's what he's hired them to do, and they just haven't done it. Now, the Tom Allen, I mean, he's coming in from Penn State. He's new. He's trying to figure things out, but they're running right up the middle on some of our guys, and I don't know what's going on with that because we've got 3 defensive linemen that are projected first-round draft picks. Like, why are they not stopping the run? I don't know if it's a scheme thing. I don't know if it's a terminology thing. And I saw a few plays that were broken down by some people online where, like, our left tackle just absolutely let the guy go by him. Like, he went to block inside technique instead of outside. And it's like, how do you not see this guy out the corner of your eye to the left? They're making dumb mistakes. And I don't know if they've changed something coaching-wise with the scheme and these guys haven't picked it up yet or what's going on. But ultimately, it falls on Dabo, but Dabo's not going to get fired. Dabo's going to have a bad season. Hell, he could probably have a second bad season. He's not going to get fired for a couple of years unless it keeps going like this. He's not going anywhere. I think he's going to have to really look hard at whether he keeps Riley at the end of this season, because to me, that's where it starts. That's all. He's bad. Our wide receiver coach is bad. Spiller, I love Spiller, but Spiller's not a running back coach. And we've got a pretty good offensive line coach, which is, again, surprising why we have such a bad offensive line right now. I mean, we just can't find anybody to block. And I don't know. I don't know why. I figured they'd have gotten it together. They've got 2 weeks now. I mean, hell, they got North Carolina coming in. If you can't freaking beat North Carolina with the way they are right now, then there's something drastically fundamental wrong with that team.
They lose to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Dabo better start looking for a new job.
Yeah, he's not getting fired this year. I don't care. I mean,
I don't know, man.
The
He probably won't
Clemson
get fired.
administration.
He won't
Clemson
get fired
administration-
mid-season, but he'll get fired at the end of the season by like because you just lost to North Carolina team who is absolutely dog shit.
Would your opinion change if they did not make a bowl game?
I don't know how you not make a bowl game.
Trust me, there's a way. There's a way.
But
Oklahoma State.
Virgil can tell you about it.
I can tell you about it. It was called last year.
Well,
Excuse me.
I would be concerned if we got to that point. I don't think it's going to get that bad.
I love your optimism. I really do.
I really don't. I think there's plenty of opportunity to win. There's some teams that are going to probably whip our ass, but there's still plenty of opportunity to win some games. Even if we've only got to win 5 more games to get bowl eligible. So there's possibilities. We still got.
Yeah. Do you still think Clemson wins the ACC?
No, I don't think we play for the ACC title this year.
Patrick, you knew the answer to that.
Well, last week he said, well, from here we can still win the ACC title.
Yeah, if we beat Syracuse and only have the Georgia Tech loss, yes. That changed when we lost our second conference game. I don't see us playing for an ACC title. Right now, the goal is beat South Carolina and get a bowl game and win a bowl game. And those 2 goals are still out there. So until they're not there, I mean, I honestly, to your point, Ed, I don't think they fire him at the end of this season, no matter how bad it is. I think he's earned that no matter how bad the season turns out. Personally, I think he does. But if it does roll into another season and we have an absolutely awful season, it'll be a short leash next year, possibly. But the problem is these guys are around, even the administration, the other guys, they're around this team. Unless they see something culturally lacking or something, I just don't know what it is. I don't know why the players aren't on the same page.
By the way, that was a 4th and 1 touchdown run. So I want that out there.
Yeah. Man, I must have Jahmyr Gibbs on my team.
Yeah, oh shit.
Golly.
Guys, I would like to before the end of the night, it's at 10:30 here, and I would love to
get rolling.
Yeah, I would love to touch a little bit on some things that happened on Formula One.
Are we talking about a Mr. Horner by chance?
Got a $100 million buyout. First of all,
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, he's no longer involved with Red Bull at all, so he is free to go wherever he wants, which means could potentially be teamed up with Checo at Cadillac.
I think that's where he's going.
I think so too. I think he's going to Cadillac. So I'm very excited for that. That's very interesting to see a second American team in Formula One, right? We already got Haas, right? And now we're going to have a second Formula team in Cadillac. I'm super excited for that. So,
well, it's just, do you think Verstappen is going to regret the way he treated Horner? Not that he's the only one, but
no, I don't think so. But the problem with Verstappen is that he's his own worst enemy. You know what I mean? Listen, I've watched a lot of his races. He is not a clean driver. He's a dirty driver. That's as simple as what it is. Like, he won this last week at Baku. Dude just dominated. He's a great racer. Like, I mean, he's really good. The problem is when he's not on his game, he starts cheating, and then he starts blaming everybody else for the mistakes. And that's what really bugs me about him. Otherwise, he's a really great racer. But the whole great thing of what happened last week also was the fact that Carlos Sainz with Williams. And if you guys already know Formula One, Williams is a very small team compared to the rest of the Formula One. They're literally at the bottom when it comes to money investment, when it comes to development, the size of the team, everything. Williams is technically really at the bottom. And for Carlos Sainz for him to sign with Williams at the beginning of the season, which by the way was a shocker, I would have not signed with Williams, but that's just me. And to do what he did and come in third place with Williams, that's huge.
Hey
I didn't
guys,
realize
I'm
the race
gonna
was
have to
not-
hop out of here. I'm gonna let y'all finish. I got to get rolling. So,
Later, buddy. Have
I
a good
know
night.
we're
We'll see you
close to the
tomorrow.
end, but yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow.
I didn't realize that the race was in Baku this past weekend.
Yeah.
You know what else happened in Baku?
What?
Chelsea won the Europa League over Arsenal.
I should have not fucking asked that.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, the moment
Yeah,
you said
they
that,
did.
like, it's like the moment it hit me, it's a smile. I was like, dang it, I just remembered. I forgot that was in Baku.
Yeah, so I'll give you the lineup. So it's like Max Verstappen, who number 1, George Russell with Mercedes number 2, then Carlos Sainz, then Kimi Antonelli, which was number 4.
Now, who did Carlos sign with?
Williams. Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's with Williams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you said Carlos Sainz, and I just didn't know who he signed with.
Okay. Then you have Liam Lawson with Racing Bulls, which, by the way, Racing Bulls is the development team, development F1 team for Red Bull.
So is Red Bull Racing going to bring in Jurgen Klopp to be like a racer, or?
You need to calm the hell down.
I'm just saying. I mean, he is signed with Red Bull after he is.
Is he involved? Is he involved with the racing or just like the football?
I don't think so.
operation?
I think
No,
he's
that's
only-
that's just,
Yeah.
Red Bull have too many
They're
arms.
global- Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the global. I think it's the global soccer network that he's involved with only.
Because Red Bull also has a lot of racing teams, so it's just too much.
I think it would be promotional in nature if he's.
Yeah.
He may go to F1
I'm
as
sure
a
he'll do
guest.
something with them, some promotional something.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw this, but like a couple of weeks ago, Mercedes sent in a Formula One race car to Puerto Rico and raised it on the streets of Puerto Rico.
Oh wow!
In
Really?
San Juan. Yeah. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. So anyways, you just wanted to touch on that. It's going to be very interesting because now at the end of the race, Oscar Piastri did not finish. He only did 51 laps. So, and he's number 1, right? Because then you have him, then you got Lando Norris and Verstappen. So they cannot afford to make any mistakes at this point in order for them to win the championship. Like not only the driver championship, but also the constructors championship. So they need to keep it together. Thank you for letting me talk Formula One, guys. I really appreciate that.
And I did have a quick question because I know nothing about it, as you well know. I did read that Mercedes came close to like swapping drivers for the race in Baku.
Yep.
What
injury?
Can you give us a little bit of information about that?
That was it was God, I'm looking for it here in a minute. Where was it? I had it with me, and of course, you got to ask that.
I mean, I'm just asking a question to the guy that knows because I don't.
I feel. Excuse me. Where is it?
Yeah, I know that they had talked about George Russell. George Russell's participation was the one that was in question.
That was in question.
And it was, if I say this wrong, I apologize. Valtteri Bottas.
Valtteri Bottas.
Valtteri
Which,
Bottas.
by the way, Valtteri Bottas, this is his last year with Mercedes because he's the reserve driver for Mercedes, but he is also he's the number 2 seat at Cadillac.
Is he switching to Cadillac next year?
Yeah, he signed with Cadillac.
Okay. Well,
so you got Checo, who's seat number 1. Then you got Valtteri Bottas, who's the 2nd seat at Cadillac.
Okay. Where is I mean, I always had to bring up like the two most obvious names to people who don't follow Formula One like me.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. Like, is he
He's
still
Ferrari?
Ferrari?
Yeah. He signed a 3-year deal with Ferrari.
He's locked in. What's he on? Is this the 2nd year of the contract or was this the first?
First year.
Wow. Okay.
I think he's going to stay there. The problem with Ferrari is they have a lot of issues with there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians that get in the way of Ferrari, right? So they need to let him.
Let's say it correctly, Ed. There's a lot of chiefs and not enough guardians. Okay. There's not enough.
I see that baseball connection. I see that. I saw that. I
just wanted to make sure we're an above we're an above board show.
I'll give you that one. I'm going to give you that.
We're very professional, first rate outfit. Mm-hmm. So, just want to make sure that we're.
I'll give you that one.
I mean, our accountant / producer is up in the corner, so I want to make sure that we're adhering to all policies.
I almost ended the show on that.
You should have. I think we should end the show on that. Which, by the way, this Lions Baltimore game,
Yeah.
It's living up to the hype. I'll say that much. I'm
it's
enjoying
living
it.
up to the hype. But I'm going to say this, and then you guys are going to laugh at me. Baltimore is not up to par.
Something's
defense-
off.
Something is
Something
completely
is
off with that team.
Well, Kyle Van Noy is hurt, so they've got a few injuries on defense.
Yeah, but I'm talking about their offense. Look at their offense. They're getting absolutely dominated right now.
Yeah, and what's going on with Derrick Henry? I know. Please understand. I hold him to a different standard than most running backs. Like a bad day for him is a good day for most running backs, but he just hasn't.
The problem is if he goes when Lamar goes. If Lamar doesn't have a good game, he doesn't have a good game.
And is Mark Andrews the most inconsistent player, like tight end in the National Football League? Because
No.
like
I
he
would say
played.
so.
Because I was going to say he plays like 40% of snaps one week because he loses out to Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
And then, about 5 games into the season, all of a sudden he's on 70 to 80% of the snaps. I don't know.
He should be more of a blocking tight end at this point.
Well, he normally is, but then he has games like tonight where he's, where he grabs a touchdown and he's got, like at least 5 to 6 targets. So.
Come on, Detroit. You can't be leaving him wide open like that, man.
Yeah. I need Jared Goff to start throwing to Jameson Williams for purely selfish reasons. Of course, if I were Jared Goff, I'd just be handing off to Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery and just let them take care of business.
Lamar Jackson runs like he doesn't.
You have Jahmyr Gibbs, don't you?
And he bugs me no end.
Is Jahmyr Gibbs Mocha Magic?
No, but Ed has Montgomery.
No, don't worry. Ed is not going to win.
I know, but still, if you had Cam Ward starting, you'd probably be a lot closer and probably have a chance to
and
win.
Still lost.
Just saying. Like first off, you don't even give me props or anything. You say that I won because you lost.
Hey, I gave you props.
Don't get no credit for nothing.
I gave you props.
Oh no! Detroit just recovered the ball.
Who fumbled?
Lamar.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I think they already called him down for.
There's no way.
I think they already called him down for a stop for no forward progress. By the way, it's on mute for me, so watching how the rest reacted.
And by the way, what's going on with Travis Hunter, by the way, in Jacksonville?
That's messed up. I can't stand that.
Jacksonville's got some. I don't know what it is with that wide receiving core right now for Jacksonville, but they've got some problems.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I could say about that, but that's just not a good football team to me. Sorry. I know we'll talk about
Another sack.
details. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but
Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow because I got some thoughts on Jacksonville, especially with the head coaching. I don't think the head coaching it's up to par at that ball club.
But it's the same guy that said Duval.
But he's the same guy that backed out of the coaching job and then took the job.
Yeah.
So you were never in.
Well, he didn't he accept an extension in Tampa, and then he ended up because he backed out to take the extension as the coordinator, and then all of a sudden did like a 2-hour U-turn and took the job anyway.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's a few teams I definitely want to talk about because even after their game, I still don't know what to make of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did they miss that?
Yeah,
Oh, no,
and we got to talk about the false start from Mekhi Becton against the LA Valiant Virgils.
Why are you doing that today?
But
no,
the other thing I could have brought up Oklahoma State go Pokes.
Well, college, there's definitely a lot of stuff I want to talk about,
baby,
because I'm also going to call you 4 out on a game.
Uh-oh.
I think I have an idea.
Yeah, which game do you think I'm going to call you out on?
Let me see. I gotta check it out.
Is it a college game?
There's probably 2 college games. I feel like I need to call everybody out on.
I'm looking back at what my picks were.
I don't even remember.
Let's see. Is it one of the games we picked the score for?
Both of them.
Illinois, Indiana.
Yeah, bingo.
Illinois, Indiana. Yeah.
Because I was the only person to pick Indiana.
You were right on the money, dude. I saw the score. I'm like, man, Virgil was right.
Yeah.
Virgil was
Listen,
right.
But see, you're not even the only person. You guys weren't the only people, because I had I got a friend, a former coworker, that he goes over his picks with me, and he asked my pick, and I said Indiana, and he said I picked Illinois, and it's like, why are you guys picking Illinois?
Listen, I have former Wisconsin ties. Okay,
you have a reason. I get it.
So even though I don't love Brett Bielema anyway, which, speaking of Brett Bielema and one of his former stops, we can talk about this tomorrow, but like, I want to know if Arkansas's coach is still going to have a job.
See, that was going to be another question I had, because
Damn, Pittman.
out of all the picks that I'm happy I got right, it was that one.
Well, but I mean, I watched Sam Pittman, and he looked like a guy that was trying to fix up his resume.
Well, I mean, that is the second time in as many games that they fumbled on a winning drive.
Facts.
Like that,
Facts.
you
don't do that.
You can't do that.
Anyways, let's end it on that note, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice little teaser for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a nice little teaser, man. Ben, I am loving these Monday night shows because we talk about so many other things that are not the normal stuff, and I love it. So thank you for letting me talk about Formula One. I'm very excited about what happened.
Absolutely.
And
they gave them that goal, and they should have not counted, by the way.
And a second week, I haven't talked about my favorite rappers.
That's funny. We always say we're going to do music, and we never got a chance to.
Hi, guess what?